Okay, so I'm going to do both lessons in the same video here, just to save you guys a little bit of trouble. So I'm going to share the screen. Okay, I'm going to make this bigger here. So we already did this. Hopefully it was relatively easy for you guys. It is a little bit wonky for some reason. Okay. So we're going to look at equations of lines given the slope and a point. So this time we're not going to know the y-intercept, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. So to create an equation in the form y equals mx plus b, you need two pieces of information. So we've seen so far that you need the slope as well as the y-intercept to be able to do that. Okay, so as review here, we have to find the equation given the slope and the y-intercept. So in that form, you put the slope here, so x, and then your y-intercept, so -4. So the same thing here, we've got the slope, so 1/2, and then x, and then plus our y-intercept. And same here, so -4x plus 1. Okay, but sometimes we aren't given that y-intercept, we're just given any random point that's on the line. And so we want to be able to put it into that equation without having to graph it. And so that's what we're going to learn about today. There are two separate lessons on it. So I'm going to clear this and I'm going to give you the steps that go along with it. So your first step, there you go. Now we have more room. Okay, so our first step is to substitute all values into the equation y equals mx plus b. And then because we don't know b, we're going to solve for it. And then we're going to rewrite the equation in y equals mx plus b by substituting m and b. So our slope and our y-intercept. So if we look here at our first example, so a line with a slope 2, so that is our m. Hopefully, okay. That was just a perfect line that I thought it was online instead of draw. So that is our slope, that is our m. And that passes through the point 4, 3. So this is our x and this is our y value. Okay, so like you can see, and like I've said quite a few times, we don't know our y-intercept, so we don't know our b. So our goal is to be able to get to know that. So we know that m is equal to 2. X is equal to 4. And y is equal to 3. Okay, so our first step, like it says here, is substitute all values into the equation. So we know that y is equal to 3. And then we put equal. We know that m is equal to 2. We know that x is equal to 4. And we unfortunately don't know b. So we're going to keep that b there. Okay, so we're going to simplify this a little bit before we solve for b. So you can do this multiplication. So you can do the 2 times 4. Okay, so you've got 3 equals 8 plus b. So that makes your life a lot easier. Okay, so as we've seen before, to solve for b, what you're going to do is you're going to subtract 8 on both sides. Okay, so b is equal to 3 take away 8, which is -5. Okay, so now our next step is to put it back into that equation. So we're going to put the m and the b, and we're going to keep our y's in there. So we know that m is 2, so 2x. And now we know that b is -5. We just solved that. So -5. And that's our equation. That's it. Okay, so we'll try number 2 as our example. Okay, so we know that our slope is 4, so our m is 4. And it goes to the point 1, 9, so x and y. So we know that M is 4, X is 1, and Y is 9. Okay, our first step is to put it back into the equation. So Y is 9, M is 4, X is 1, and we don't know B. Okay, we are able to multiply this to make our lives a little bit easier. So 9 equals 4 plus B. Okay, to get rid of this 4, we have to subtract 4 on both sides. So this cancels this guy out, and then subtract 4. So 9 take away 4 is going to be 5. So our B is 5. Okay, and then our third step is to put it back into our equation. So Y equals our slope, which is 4, X, and then plus our B, which is 5. And that's our equation. So I'm going to clear this off. Okay, so you've got independent practice questions that are here. Yours is going to look a little bit better because I'm going to work with the spacing. But you have quite a few questions that are there to help you through. Okay, now we're going to look at equations of a line given the slope and a point. Okay, so just a second here. All right. Okay, so I just had to find my answer key, but I didn't find it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So review, so find the slope of the line that lies on the points 2, 3, and 4, 5. So our first step, as we've seen, was to label these x1, y1, and x2, y2. Okay, so to find the slope between 2 points, we saw that the equation was y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay. So our y2 is 5, our y1 is 3, x2 is 4, and x1 is 2. So we put it all together. So 5 minus 3 is 2, 4 minus 2 is 2. So our slope for this guy is 1. So we do the same thing here. So x1, so this should be review for you guys. y1, x2, y2. Okay, and the formula is up there. So I'm not going to rewrite it. So y2 is 1, y1 is negative 4. X2 is 5. X1 is negative 1. Okay, so like we saw with the integers, 2 negatives make a positive. So this is really 1 plus 4, so 5. And then this guy is also 5 plus 1 because there's 2 negatives. So it becomes 6. So our slope is 5 over 6. Okay, so now we're looking at how to determine the equation of a line when we're given 2 points on a line. So first you have to find the slope. So we're just going to put it as m. The slope using the formula. So again, the formula is m is equal to, hopefully I can write this nice enough, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Oh, goodness. It's always that second x. There you go. Okay. So now you have to find x, no, you have to find the y-intercept, sorry. So you have to find the y-intercept using the slope in one of the given points. So just like you did above. Okay, so intercept, rewrite the equation in y equals mx plus b using only m and b only. Okay, so it's very similar to what you just did. It's just you are adding the step of having to find the slope yourself. So I'm going to clear this. Okay, and we've got two examples here. So our first step, like I said, is to find our slope. So you're going to label your points. So you've got x1, y1. X2, y2. Okay, so find your slope. So you do m is equal to y2, so 9 minus y1. And then x2, which is 2 minus 4. So 9 take away 3 is 6. 2 take away 4 is -2. So our slope is -3. Okay. So now we're going to do the same thing we just did previously. So we know that m is equal to -3. And you can use any one of these 2 points to do this, to find the y-intercept. It doesn't matter which one. I'm just going to go with the first one just because I want to. I don't know. So we know that x is 4, y is 3. You're going to plug it into your y equals mx plus b. So y is equal to 3. M is equal to -3. X is equal to 4. And we don't know b. Okay, so we plug it into our equation. And then we can do our multiplication here. So this will be -12 plus b. And you're going to solve for b. So this is being subtracted. So we're going to add 12 on both sides. So that cancels this guy out. And this is plus 12. B is equal to 3 plus 12, which is 15. And then you're going to go back to your equation and you're going to put only b and our m into the equation. Okay, so y is equal to our slope, so -3 x, and then plus our y-intercept, so 15. Okay, so that's our third step. So we're going to do the same thing here. So you label your coordinates, so x1, y1, x2, y2. Your first step is to find your slope using the equation. So m is equal to y2, which is 4, take away 2. X2 is -3, take away 3. So 4 take away 2 is 2. -3 minus 3 is -6. And this can be simplified to -1 over 3. Okay, so now we have to put it into our equation. So we know that m is equal to -1 over 3. X is equal to 3. And y is equal to 2. So you're going to put that into your equation. So y is 2. So that's equal to negative 1 over 3 times 3. And then we don't know b, and that's what we're trying to solve. So 2 is equal to negative 1 over 3 times 3 is negative 1. These cancel out, which is kind of nice. And then plus b. So we're going to add 1 on each side to find out what b is. So b is equal to 2 plus 1, which is 3. So then our third step, finally, that we know what our b is and our m, is to put it into the equation. So y is equal to negative 1 over 3x plus 3. Okay, so I'm going to clear this. So you've got questions that are here. Again, if you need help, I am here at 2 o'clock on the Teams meet to go through the work with you. Next week is our last week, so we're going to have 3 days of instruction. And then Thursday, Friday is your culminating assignment or your culminating exam. I haven't really decided what I'm doing yet. I will have it figured out by Monday morning. So I will keep you posted, and it won't be a surprise for you. You'll be well prepared for it. I'm going to try to make it as easy as possible for you because I do understand that online math can be quite difficult. So good luck. Let me know if you need any help.